Hey, Seattle, how you doing? So raise your hand if you've ever experienced a horrible user experience. Yeah, that's right. So if you've ever experienced a horrible user experience, you might be wondering, what was the developer thinking, or what were they seeing when they did that? And really, what we're building at Variata is a system that really clicks through your user experience so that you can figure out, is my user experience meeting user expectations? So let's move to the demo video so we can talk a little bit more about what that means. So we spent 13 hours of screen time. OK, user experiences drive revenue for so many businesses. We need to make sure that they're functionally valid. So is everything consistent? Are they loading properly? Are there any bugs? And is there any missing context? And so functional validation still remains very challenging, as everyone who raised their hands for a shitty user experience knows. So some of the main approaches are manual, so clicking through the user experience yourself and testing it to see if anything's wrong. There's automated, which is basically building a unit test and maybe finding out if there's a bug. And then there's also analytics, which is finding out after your users have experienced the horrible user experience. And so compared to Variata, all of these struggle because they're either lagging indicators or they don't discover the problem. So why Variata? You can have time savings, cost savings, and catching bugs before users do. Let's take a look at what Variata does. So first off, we scan your website and we develop all of the user journeys that exist in your user experience. Then we build a suite of test cases that look like this. And basically, when you look at them, they're custom generated for your website. They have customizable test data, and you can run them recurrently in your CI/CD. And so then after you've created that scenario, Variata will actively walk through your product like this. It is making all of those decisions to click, scroll, and basically figure out, is it working the way I expect? So in this case, the cart subtotal did not update when the quantity was updated. So Variata then shows the full story behind every single interaction so that you as a developer know exactly where it failed. And so you can also view details here. You can basically see in this detailed page, you can see like where the page was, what the XPath was, and the API calls that were made. So you as a developer can figure out where did it fail. And so we're doing this right now for release checklists, CI/CD, and cross-browser compatibility. And then in the future, we're going to do this for personalization and UX testing and a bunch of other different tasks. So if that interests you, contact us, founders at variata.ai. Thank you.